Welcome to Wine Down with
Abby
and Jill.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us again. Today we wanted to talk about this new soil to sip report that Scout Cellar is releasing. Some of the wines already have them listed, and all of our wines online will have the soil to sip report listed by April.
I'm excited about this.
I am too.
Because I'm someone who likes to look at labels a little bit. I'm working with some people on doing like macro counting and looking at macros. So kind of looking at what are macros. You're looking at your sugars, you're looking at your carbs and your protein. And so now with your wine, you can do that too and kind of pay attention to what's going in and track it that way. So I'm excited about this soil to sip report. So we have a little soil to sip printed out here, and we'll kind of go through what's going to be included on that, which is, it's really nice. This will come with all of your wines.
Yep.
Starting
You'll find it online with all of your wines.
With all of your wines, starting in April.
In April. And I like the transparency. I like to know, as I've learned more about wine, I like to know where is the wine coming from. This will highlight like what grapes are used, the exact composition of the grapes and percentages. It'll talk about exactly what vineyard the grapes came from, who the growers were.
How it's processed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the back of the bottle, you're going to actually have an ingredients list.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
It's amazing.
Which just speaks to the company of Scout Cellar that they want to be transparent. They're clear about what they're putting into their wines. So clear that they're confident enough to put it on a label so you can see exactly what's in your wines.
Exactly.
There's no like hidden additives.
No,
which
they
is
tell
fantastic.
you exactly what's in there.
Yeah.
So, in the soil to sip report, like Jill said, like there's this whole list of things. Like right here, it tells you we're highlighting the Field House 301 wine, white wine blend. And it says the vineyard details that the vines were planted with up to 35 years of age. So you even know like that detailed information about how it was harvested and processed. It says hand and machine harvested. They were de-stemmed and cold settled for 48 hours before fermentation.
You could really impress your friends when they come over and you're like, I'm going to serve you this bottle of wine and let me give you all the information about it. You'll sound like a wine expert yourself, which is kind of fun.
It is super fun.
Yeah.
I don't know this much about any wine that I buy off the shelf. Like you can't find that information.
No, unless you really like dig in Google, maybe you can find it. But this will all be available just by one simple click and you can get all of this information. One thing that we haven't really talked about, which I think is nice, I'm reading here, like the Field House has a screw top. If you've noticed, for those of you who've ordered from Scout Cellar, on the top of our bottles, we don't use any foiling.
Yeah.
Which I wondered about that, and it took me a minute to really notice that was consistent from bottle to bottle.
Yep.
And what they realize is there's no additional benefit by putting the foil on there. In fact, it's just something that's bad for our environment.
More trash.
More trash that's just going to fill up a landfill.
Yeah.
So did away with the foiling.
Yeah.
And the corks themselves are created to be very eco-friendly. So they're also good for the environment, not causing more waste, which I love that about the sustainability of this company as well.
And the glass is a lighter glass, so it doesn't cost, it's not as heavy, it doesn't cost as much to ship. It's just all around there looking at what can we do to make our company more sustainable and better for the environment.
Yeah, which is just one of the many reasons why I love Scout Cellar.
Yeah. It's
not only a good product, it's a great wine, it tastes great, it's cleaner, but all the little added things that they look into when they're trying to be a ethical company that's doing good for our environment. It's always fun to learn about all the great changes that they have coming out. So
so take a look online. You'll notice a lot of the wines don't have the soil to sip report. They're creating them. So by April, any wines you pick up should have this listed. And the part I really like too is at the bottom here. It's going to tell you your alcohol percentage. It's going to tell you the acidity, the residual sugar, the total sulfite level. Like you know exactly this bottle has 87 parts per million of sulfites. It tells you calories. It tells you protein. And for the macro counters, like Jill, carbs, this white wine has 0.067 grams per 5 ounce serving, which is pretty negligible.
It
right?
is. Yeah. I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine and enjoy that to the fullest.
Yes, for sure. So reach out if you have any questions about that. We'd love to talk more about it. and look online for those soil to sip reports so you can learn everything about the wine that you're drinking.
Yes, and we would love to, because this is going to allow us to be even better when we do some tastings with all of you. So if you're interested in doing a tasting, we would love to try out some of these soil to sip reports with you and your friends. It doesn't have to be big. We could host it with 3 friends.
Yeah.
We could even do some online if we needed to. We can get creative, but we would love to pour some wine for you and get you to really enjoy Scout and Cellar for yourself.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Have a great day.
Have a good day. Cheers.